Welcome to Compassion Speaks, where we give a voice to the community. I'm your host, Stephanie Player, and today on our show we have Beth Rachi, the president of the Moms Club of the White Mountains, and Ali Madeh, the membership vice president of the Moms Club of the White Mountains. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. I wanted to find out, and we'll just go right into it, what is the Moms Club?
So Moms Club stands for Moms Offering Mom Support. And what it is a club of at-home moms and who get together with each other and their kids on a regular basis.
Awesome. And how did this club come about? How did it start?
Well, it started in 1983 with Mary James. She was from California, and she was an at-home mom who wanted to find a club that was for herself and her kids, and there was nothing out there. So she decided to start one herself, and it's grown from there. We have over 1,500 chapters.
Wow.
We're in 9 other international countries, and
Wow.
we've been around for a long time. So.
That's amazing. 1983, and you know, being able to reach out to other moms that are staying at home and kind of build that network. That's so huge for moms to be able to have that support system and an outing to be able to go to. So let's segue into how can someone join? Can anybody join a Moms Club?
Yes, anyone can join Moms Club. It's targeted towards at-home moms and moms who are interested in getting out and learning about, you know, the community, the world at large, of doing a variety of activities with other moms and with their child or children.
Okay, awesome. So when do you meet and how often?
We meet about 2 to 3 times a week. When your kid is cranky and you are at your wits' end, you want to get out and find some support. And so it's great. We do a variety of different activities. We go to parks. We get to see tours of different local places in our area. Get to do crafts, cooking club, book clubs. We have a lot of activities for our members.
And so no matter what your interests are or what you kind of want to learn more about, there seems to be lots of opportunities for different things.
And if we don't already have something going and you want to do that, we can do that too. So it's great.
That's really cool because everybody, you know, kind of has some things that they're interested in that maybe nobody else has ever even looked into or considered it, and to bring it together and say, hey, why don't we try this? You know, it might pique the interest of other members too. Very cool. So this is a club for moms. What happens with the kids?
The kids are always welcome. The point is that we don't want mothers to be isolated. So any event that we have, whether it's a meeting or an outing, the kids are always welcome to come. Because of many of the activities that Beth mentioned are definitely kid inclusive, the park days, the craft days. Actually, there's so many events for the kids that a lot of them think it's their club as opposed to Mom's Club.
Well, it suits everybody's needs, it sounds like, because yeah, when you're a mom, you want to be able to do something fun with your kids too, but you need that special outing with other moms and other adults. Those adult interactions are so huge as a mom, especially with younger kids. So to have the kids incorporated that way and make them a part of it, so much so that they feel it's their own club. That's really cool. Amazing. So how many moms do you currently have in this local chapter?
We have 36 members and we have over 70 kids.
Wow.
It's a big group.
Wow, for the White Mountains.
And we've been around here for 10 years already. We started in 2004 with our local chapter. So.
10-year anniversary
Yes.
this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So how does your club function financially?
Oh, so financially, we're a nonprofit, and Beth knows the specific details.
Yeah, we're a 501c3 organization with the IRS, so we are a charity organization. We don't make any money off of it. We do raise money from bake sales and yard sales that we can go and do a community service project. We're encouraged to do at least one, but we end up doing maybe 4 or 5 because we love giving back and taking care of families. We've supported the Clothe a Child, the Family Advocacy Center here in Navajo County, the Living Hope Women's Center, the Great American Bake Sale, Arizonans for Children. I mean, we've supported so many great organizations that are important for our community and also for children in large.
Right. Yeah, and you guys also helped the White Mountain S.A.F.E House
Yes, we
as
did.
well with
Yes.
your last rummage sale,
Yep.
was it, that you
Yep.
held? So you do this rummage sale, it seems like it's been going on every year for how many years now?
About 3 years.
Wow, and it gets a big crowd from what I
Yes.
saw.
Yeah, we have it early in the year, so everybody's itching to start going for the sales, and
Exactly.
it's a great one to go to.
Well, very cool. Well, and we want to thank you on behalf of the S.A.F.E House, your support and being able to help other organizations. And that's your mission. You know, you are moms wanting to support other moms and children in the community. And that's something that we like to give voice to on this show, is all these different organizations that exist up here in our little bitty mountain,
Yeah.
which is actually getting bigger and bigger as we find out more about it, and all the people that really dedicate a lot of their time to help those that are in need and maybe just don't have the same level of support, you know, in their own personal lives that we can help to contribute to. So thank you guys for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
This is awesome. So is there any, if a mom were interested in joining the Moms Club and they want to kind of start looking into it, see how it goes about, is there any type of fee to join the Moms Club?
Yep. There's a $20 fee that goes just for our local chapter. We know being an at-home mom is a financial commitment that you've made for your family, and so we don't want to stress that family out either with our dues. And then we also pay part of that money to Moms Club International, which helps function our club as a whole.
Okay. And is that an annual fee
Yep.
that they pay to?
So if you start in August, then you don't renew until next August.
Okay, very cool. So anytime you can join. It's
Anytime.
not a particular time of year.
Right.
Good deal. So tell me about you guys personally. Why did you guys join the Moms Club?
Well, I joined the Moms Club because I recently moved here, a far move from Boston area, and all my family is back on the East Coast. So as soon as I came here, the nice thing about Moms Club being international is friends in Boston told me to look it up as soon as I came out. So luckily there was a chapter. I moved here when my son was only 2 months, and since finding Moms Club, it's really been what's made the White Mountains home. So I want that for other people as well.
Oh, very awesome. That's cool that you're able to kind of take it with you as you go from place to place.
Yes.
Should you move, you can still find that same supportive network. And what about you?
My story's a lot like Allie's. I moved here, my family's all from the Midwest, and moved here 7 years ago, and I had a 3-month-old. My husband was at work all day, and I was home with the baby, and I had nobody. And Moms Club was here and checked it out at an open house event, and I signed up that day. It was just exactly answers to prayer, you know. So I've been a part of the club for 7 years, and it's just great to meet so many wonderful moms and get to know these families. So.
Oh, how wonderful. It's so great, especially as a mom with a little one at home, and your life is dedicated to focusing on family and focusing on the needs of your children, and this is an awesome way to get out and get to know your community better, get to know the members in the group better and their children. I'm sure a lot of play dates come
Yes.
about this too. with the
Birthday
kids.
parties are easy to plan.
There you go. Exactly. You got plenty of attendees to invite, and just a great way to kind of get out of the house for a while and not feel so isolated, which can come with motherhood whenever you're focused on the kids and bringing them up and the day-to-day life that comes along with having a family. So very nice. So what would you say, I'm sure we have plenty of moms watching right now that may have their interest piqued a little bit with everything we've talked about so far. What would you say to them right now?
I would say join. But anyone out there really who's new to the area or not new to the area, who's lived here their whole life, we have a mix of both members. Any mom who's looking for a place where they can find support, where their kids can find other kids to be with. It's great to have this community of moms who are going through the same thing with you, who are in the same boat. It's really a sense of community, and we're open. We want everyone to join. So we would say join.
Awesome.
Don't wait.
Don't just call, look into it.
Yes.
So let's get to that too. How would they get in touch with you guys to want to join?
There's 2 different ways that you can contact us. It's either by email, and that's momsclubofthewhitemountains@hotmail.com, which seems long, but you get a quick response, so it's good. Or you can contact Allie, who's our membership vice president, and her number.
And my phone number is 401-339-0701.
Awesome. And we'll have that information on the screen after
Great.
the segment, so that way people don't have to rush to write it down, rewind it, and pause it, and all that. So yes, we'll have that information, and I hope that you guys are able to get some members out of this. You know, there's so many people that, even with the work that I do, they say, "Oh, I've never heard of you guys. I'd love to get involved. If I would have known sooner," you know. So let's get the word out. I hope that you're able to obtain even more members than you already have, and be able to reach out to more families to give that support that this network provides. So, okay. I want to move on to the next thing now, because you guys do mention that you have these different events that you hold in order to help to support the community as well. So what do you have coming up? Anything special?
So we have a couple things in July that would be open to potential new members. We have our monthly social, which is coming up Monday, July 14th. We meet at the S.A.F.E House Department in the Frontier Room, and that's at 10 a.m. And that's a great thing to come to, because it's when we plan the activities for the whole month. So anyone is welcome to come and see what Mom's Club is all about, and how we plan all the activities.
Awesome.
And then we also have a really fun open house coming up, which is Monday, July 21st. Same time, 10 a.m., close location at the S.A.F.E Park. It will go from 10 to 12, so stop by any time. We're planning to have plenty of activities and things to do for the kids, and time for moms to get to know each other, and those are both easy ways to sign up.
And is that at the S.A.F.E City Park near the playground
Yes.
area?
Yeah,
Okay.
right near the playground area.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Well, it seems fitting. You have your kids there. You got to keep them occupied with some fun stuff. Very cool. All right. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to mention about the club that we haven't touched on yet?
Well, the biggest thing is that if you're looking for a group, there's lots of Facebook pages that you can get accorded with, and it's just really great to have an international organization that is established, and it's not, free for all whenever we can get together. We are very organized, and if you're looking for an organized group, we are that group. So, yeah.
Well, Beth, Allie, thank you guys
Thanks.
so much
Thank
for
you.
coming and talking with us today. And I hope that we're able to get you guys some new members, and keep on going. Y'all are doing great work.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with the White Mountain Autism Foundation. Welcome back to Compassion Speaks. Joining us now is Don McMasters, the president of the White Mountain Autism Foundation. Welcome.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I'd like to just jump on in it. What is the White Mountain Autism Foundation?
Well, in 5,000 words or less.
Yes.
Actually, we started about 5 years ago. My wife and I moved up from the valley about 10 years ago, and 5 years ago we started the White Mountain Autism Foundation. We have a 26-year-old son who's autistic. He was diagnosed in 1990 with autism. He is with us at home, and since starting the foundation some 5 years ago, we've been joined on our board by, for example, Dr. Rance Pullen, who is the past principal of Blue Ridge, Diana Butler, who is on the executive staff at Blue Ridge currently. Everybody knows those two. They've been in education around the mountain for years. Dr. Vera Bennett, who is a pediatrician. I might add she's the only pediatrician on the mountain.
Yes.
Busy lady.
Yes, she is.
Josie Sewell, who husband is the sales manager at Cellular One. But she comes to us from New Mexico, where she was on the Dental Association board for dental practitioners. So, and then we also have Dr. Ron Sharma, who has an autistic son as well, and he lives over in Prescott, his son.
Okay.
So our board is very solid. It comes from a solid background of medical practitioners, education, and people who are familiar firsthand with autism. So that's the foundation that we formed. We've had several different types of things for the children. For example, we've had fishing tournaments with Johnny Johnson. It was a riot.
Yes, he is.
And we've had picnics. We've had different things for the kids itself. We, on a monthly basis, we currently feed about 24 children lunches and so forth. In some cases, it was my exposure to some of these children who didn't even have crackers for lunch, so to speak. So we got into that, and we work along with the Love Kitchen and providing these kids lunches. About 24 of them now, on a daily basis throughout the month. That's some of the things that we do. We've had outings with the kids and different things. In some of the cases, for example, on our fishing tournaments, I talked to a few of the parents, and this was the one event during the course of the whole year where their children even got out. We had a couple, for example, that came from 35 miles on the other side of St. John's.
Wow.
They lived in a remote area on a ranch, and that's the first time they had their son out. And I think they told me a year and a half.
Wow.
And in many cases, it becomes crippling for parents to take their child anywhere because they can't always be sure of the behavior, and sometimes they're not always in the best of health. Autistic children have a tendency to come down with other things as well. You see, autism is a brain-gut disorder. So in many cases, from the time they're young on, they develop other things as well. I know with my son, it was when he was a young baby, or rather child, he developed a lot of ear infections, that type of thing. There was a period of time we thought he might have colitis. He had a lot of stomach problems and so forth. So this is very typical of autistic children and so forth. Their immune system isn't the best in all cases. But you get through all that, and we worked with a lot of kids individually. A lot of times it's just lending an ear to a parent or a mother or father that has an autistic child, and sometimes you can hear it in their voice. It's like a deer in the headlights. Their child was just diagnosed, or it's been diagnosed for a while. The child's been diagnosed for a while, and they really don't know where to turn. They're not sure about nutrition. They hear all the things out there, this vitamin, that vitamin, gluten-free, so forth. There's a million stories out there. I guess from my own experience living with autism for 26 years, my wife and I have pretty much drawn a line in the sand and said, it's a conglomeration of a lot of different things that's the root of evil connected with autism. I believe, or rather we believe, that it has a lot to do with nutrition. There's so many preservatives and, quite honestly, junk in food today that, you know, it's a list as long.
You don't know what you're putting in your body anymore.
Yeah, it's a list this long, you know. And that coupled with, yes, I'm sure there's some things that contribute to it from an environmental standpoint. We just are not living like our parents or grandparents did, you know. We don't go to the market every day and buy fresh fruit or organic this or organic that. And consequently, it's had an effect on overall system of everybody's system as far as their health goes. A lot of people have said to me, gee, we see this increase in autism. And it is very scary. To give you an example, when my son was diagnosed in 1990, it was 1 in every 2,400 children, which is scary enough. Yeah. Reflecting back when I was a young man, polio was the big scare. That was 1 in every 3,500 children.
Wow.
As serious as that was considered epidemic. Right now, in the state of Arizona, which is one of the 2 highest in the country, it's 1 in every 66 kids with autism.
You were mentioning that earlier. That statistic is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, well, it's that and the fact that it's pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly is. People will say to me, well, what's the reason for that? If we knew that, we'd probably have a cure for it. Because autism is a disease. It's not a mental state of mind, it's a disease.
Right.
And to a disease, there can be a cure. We know how to help the symptoms, and we know how to do things that will help the children get through life, and teach them life skills and things like that.
Is that something that your program does as well? Do you?
We don't individually do it because we don't have therapists online to do it. But one of the things we're striving for right now is we are looking for about 5 acres of land. What we want to do is we want to build a model for autistic young adults. And in that model we see enough land where they could provide with gardening and horticulture and
Right.
animals and so forth. And in addition to that, teaching them life skills and be self-sufficient. There's a doctor in Phoenix, Dr. Cindy Schneider, who works with my son, and she's also very interested in doing a model such as that in the southern part of Arizona. There's also a friend of hers who's a doctor in Florida who is currently working on plans to do a nationwide setup where they have assisted living homes throughout the country, built off of certain models. I'm told that she's worked a little bit with the Wounded Warriors, and they tried an experiment whereby instead of using an animal, they used an autistic child working with some of the Wounded Warriors. And I guess I haven't seen the results, but I'm anxiously awaiting them because I've heard that the results were phenomenal.
Wow.
There was a true bonding there, human to human,
Yeah.
And
that kind of leads me to is
Yeah.
like you guys being a local organization,
Yeah.
supporting the local community,
Mhm.
and one thing that we really try with this show is to not only let the public know about these different entities that maybe they've never heard of, but it usually talking about it helps to pique their interest, and they want to know more. They want to know, well, how can I help? What can I do to get involved? How can I contribute? Who do I call? Where do I go?
Yeah.
Let's start there. How would somebody get in touch with you guys if they wanted to get involved or ask a question or anything about
well,
what you guys
it's
do?
very easy. I've kind of put my personal cell phone number out there to anybody who's inquiring about it or anybody who has an autistic child. That's on the mountain here. It's 928-240-1214.
Okay, and we also put that at the end of the show too, so they'll
Fine.
be able to write that down.
They can call me 724. If
Awesome.
it has to do with an autistic child, you can't call me too early or too late.
Well, and also too, what are some of the different options available if somebody says, I really want to help this organization? I have a vested interest because I too have someone with autism in my family.
Yeah.
I want to get involved. How can they, what are the different areas in which they might be able to help or to donate or whatever they can do?
Let me tell you how it ties in best. Right now, if you have an autistic child or a grandchild or somebody within the family, after all is said and done, after you've investigated the therapy, the vitamins, all the things to help the child, it comes down to one bottom line question. What happens when I'm gone? At my age, I think about that on a daily basis. And I know this might sound corny, but I got to deal with God. I can't go until I get this taken care of. So anyhow, basically what they can do if somebody's out there and they want to, if there's something that they want advice or some direction on what to do if they have an autistic child or what's doctor or there's some recommendations I can make that are sound. They have to make up their own mind, but there's some recommendations there. If they want to do something to help on a financial basis, right now I can tell you that we're actively looking for about 5 acres of land. And for somebody out there who has 100 acres or 200 acres and want to cut out a little corner of it that's tax deductible, I might add.
Exactly, that's a good point.
They can do that.
Wonderful.
We do take cash donations and have received them before. That can be done through, as I mentioned, my number, which is 928-240-1214, burn that in your memory.
Well, and we'll post that information and all your other contact information
Please do.
options at the end of this segment. And I hope that we do get some people getting in touch with you, either to get connected with you guys for support, or to be able to support you guys and help to donate towards the cause that you guys serve, because it is such an important cause up here on the mountain, Don.
There's one thing to put it in perspective. I've talked to a lot of the business people up here. I'm fortunate in my grown-up job to be able to talk to a lot of the merchants. And one of the things that I think is very relevant from a business standpoint of view, if I could just take the heart pin to my sleeve off for a second and say that at the current growth rate of autism, and as I mentioned, it's at that pandemic level. By the year 2025, we're only talking another 11 years, it will cost this government, and by that I mean us as taxpayers, close to $800 billion to support the children and the adults with autism as they go through life. Because the average autistic individual, it costs $3 to $5.2 million in their lifetime in support. All the fish. So it's important that we do something about
Absolutely.
it now.
And we're going to leave it on that note too, because
you.
that is a powerful note right there to really think about and let sink in. So thank you again, Don, for
You're
joining
welcome.
us
Thank you for
today.
having me.
Appreciate it. And just a quick reminder that the White Mountain S.A.F.E House is having a Bingo for Charity fundraising event on Saturday, July 12th at 6 p.m. at the Hampton Inn in Show Low. Please come and join us, support our organization, and have a great night playing bingo and winning awesome prizes throughout the evening. We appreciate your support and have a great month.